Hello everyone and welcome back to Mount Moon TCG. Well, Worlds has concluded, so
2023 Worlds.
2023 Worlds, yeah. Because important to distinct.
Uh-huh.
And if you're around last year, we kind of made predictions on what the Worlds decks are probably going to be. So the 4 decks we think are going to be Tord Recklev's Gardevoir EX deck, which is featured in this video. Mm-hmm. Also, the Senior Champion with the Lugia deck is going to be featured in this video. And also the Masters Champion, Mew VMAX, and the Juniors Champion, Lost Box Kyogre.
Yes.
So you'll see that matchup after this one down the line when we get that out.
Yep.
So I'm on the right, Chris is on the left. Chris is playing Lugia, I'm playing Gardevoir.
Yeah, and I start with the Drapion, which is in there for the Mew VMAX match, but can also hit for weakness on Gardevoir, so
yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I have a kind of a clunky hand. I had to Ultra Ball, get rid of a boss and a Therapeutic Energy. And the Therapeutic Energy is like, if it's attached to a Pokemon, it can't be affected by a special condition, essentially. So it's in there for the Snorlax.
No, is it all special conditions, or is there only like 3 or 4?
I think it's 3.
It's like paralyzed, asleep, or something else.
And
like
confusion,
that.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, could be.
So yeah, I had a pretty quick turn just to get the Lugia out and attach double turbo.
And meanwhile, I laid down the Ralts, and I got the Zacian V active that I started with. A little awkward here, but
with 2 Ionos in here.
2 Ionos, yeah. Well, yeah, play the Ultra Ball to discard 2 cards to look for a Pokemon and put it in my hand. So it's, do I go the Ralts route, or do I get a Mew? It's like,
I think the first thing you were looking for was a Radiant Greninja, and that's prized.
Yeah, I was looking for the Radiant Greninja. But probably a good thing it wasn't in there, because I pitched my 2 energy.
Yes.
Because I just didn't know at the time what I was pitching. I was just looking through the deck, and then I kind of made my decision from there.
Ideally, you want to get the Mew the first turn to get a Battle VIP pass with the ability, but starting with the Zacian, it's 2 energy to retreat is impossible to get the Mew inactive right away.
Yeah, and then here's kind of where I make kind of a decision. I noticed Chris only has 3 cards in his hand.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't want to Iono to give him 3 more cards. So I think you'll see what I do here.
You don't know. It could be a Lugia, an Archeops, and a Research or something like that.
I don't know, but what are the odds?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I can take those odds. So yeah, I will Ultra Ball, grab Lumineon, use Luminous Sign. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Put it down. There you go. Grab the Research. Because I don't think this really played any other supporters that could fetch cards.
No.
I think it was just Iono and Research.
Yes. And Boss, obviously. Yeah.
Well, Boss can't get cards.
No.
But yeah, I don't want to give you 3 cards, and I'm like, well, let's just get a brand new hand of 7.
Mm-hmm. And you're drawing so much with the Kirlias and the Gardevoirs eventually once you get that set up, but you have to get set up first.
Right.
And it does play Palpat, so the Ionos aren't gone.
Right, but the Rare Candy could be a little bit awkward down the line if I can't evolve to Gardevoir.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, another Ralts.
You have the wrong Kirlia in your hand.
Yeah, I know I do. But that's okay.
Oh no, you have 1 of each. Right?
Do I? I don't remember. I know I have the Gardevoir, Kirlia.
Yeah, you got 1 of each.
I do have the other Kirlia. Alright, cool. So then I'll use the Roar of the Sword to, once during my turn, search my deck for a Psychic Energy card, attach it to one of my Pokemon, shuffle the deck, and use this ability, your turn's over.
Mm-hmm. Same with the Leafy Envy. but you can for grass energy instead.
Or Koraidon EX.
Yeah.
But that's from the discard pile, and you can get 2.
So I had Iono in my hand, and then I drew another Iono for turn. So that's all I could do is play Iono. Put all those Curlias on the bottom of your deck.
Cool. I guess, I don't know. Yep, we're playing Worlds deck, so I gotta do the Worlds thing where you put each individual card on the table and draw it.
Yeah, I sometimes do that.
Yeah. They do that at Worlds because they don't want to draw an extra card and give their opponent, a 2-price penalty, take 2 less prizes to win the game.
So I attach a Jet Energy, which allows me to, when I play it from my hand onto one of my bench Pokemon, to switch it to the active spot. So it's kind of the opposite of Warp Energy. It had to be active, and then it switched to the bench, I think.
I believe it was something like that.
And then all I had was Read the Wind, discard an Archeops, and draw 3 cards.
At least you got an Archeops in the discard pile.
Yeah, and I have the Lugia VSTARs in my hand, so. Oh, yeah, and I had to tell you to draw a card for turn.
Yeah, sometimes I forget. So debating on if it's a little bit too late to play Mew at this point.
It depends if you're gonna go for like the Mirage Step Curlia play this turn, which you would only get 2, which is not great.
Yeah.
Then you can damage my Lugia instead, just with 1 energy attachment. And you have plenty of ways to search out for the other Pokemon, so.
I think I'm at this point, I was just thinking, let's just damage the Lugia, set it up for a knockout next turn if you can't find the V-Star. Or find the Choice Belt. Because with the V-Star, you got the double turbo on it, so you need the Choice Belt to knock out the Zacian.
Yes.
Because I think it is 220 HP on the Zacian.
Yes.
Or is it 200?
No, it's 220.
It is 220?
Yeah. Because Lugia does 220, and then the double turbo reduces it by 20, so.
Okay.
So you fog crystals for an energy, and then you level balled for. Okay. Then,
yeah, I had 2 level balls in my hand.
Yep. So you're just not going to try for a rare candy play this turn.
No, I don't think I need to at this point. I mean, I probably could have, but
you only have 2 energy in the discard pile. You need 6. Attach the Zacian to take a knockout, I think.
Could be.
Yeah, it is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I felt with the Path and the Peak in play, you might not use your
my V-Star. Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping that would stay in play for 1 more turn. That's why I discarded the Artisan.
Mm-hmm. And that should be 150 damage, not 140.
Yep, it should be, because 90 plus 60 is 150.
Mm-hmm.
30 more for each psychic energy attached to the Pokemon.
Yeah. So I have Ultra Ball in my hand, which means I can get the Lugia V-Star, but I don't have 2 Archeops in the discard pile.
Right, which is, you don't want to really use the V-Star to get only 1 Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
Or Archeops, sorry.
I have Ultra Ball and a bunch of more energy in my hand, which I don't want. Could have Iono'd first, just shuffle the energy back and just hope I get another Ultra Ball or something.
Yeah, there's 2 Lugias right next to each other,
Yeah.
so it's...
But if I do it this way and attach from hand, because I drew the Choice Belt for turn, I have a guaranteed knockout on Zacian V without having to use Archeops or anything like that.
Right.
So.
But you do need to get another Lugia in play.
Yes. If I want to use Summoning Star next turn, yeah.
And just, I don't know. So the wording on the card is a little bit weird. It says, like, each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. If either player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, each player draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards.
Yeah.
So if both of us have no cards in hand when you play Iono,
then it does nothing.
You can't play Iono. Which is weird, but I guess since you have no cards in hand, but I do, you can play it.
Yes.
Kind of weird wording, but...
Yeah, Marnie was kind of the same way. You had to shuffle something from your hand onto the bottom in order to play it.
Yeah, but if Marnie was the only card in your hand, your opponent had no cards in hand.
Yeah.
You could still play it, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember,
Yeah, that's an ancient format, many moons ago.
So yeah, I have another Lugia VSTAR in my hand. Deciding what to nest ball. Just, grab another Lugia V, because this one's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, you have to grab the Lugia V. Because otherwise, if you grab that Snorlax, what are you gonna... How are you gonna get the Archeops in play?
Yeah, well, I was debating using the V-Star power this turn just to get the one Archeops and start powering up the Snorlax this turn, and then kind of chaining from there, because the Snorlax only needs 3 energy.
Right, but it's harder to power up your Lugias. And Wordier and Slacking, which sadly you won't see in this video. Yeah, I got double level ball again.
Yes, I see that.
Which I don't hate, because I get everything I want.
I think you're missing a Ralts somewhere.
No, it's in there. It's in the...
Oh,
right
okay,
there.
okay. Yeah, definitely grab that other Curlia so you can have 3 refinements this turn.
Yep. And then that's going to be for the Ralts.
Yeah. So the Gardevoir needs... Well, it only needs like 3 energy in order to attack, but to knock out a Lugia VSTAR with no damage on it, it requires 8.
That's a whole lot of energy. Well, luckily this turn I only need 1 energy attachment.
Yes.
Which we'll see if I get. That's an easy refinement.
Yeah, the Cresselia is not a huge deal in this because it can't one-shot Archeops or anything like that.
Right, because
you'd have to attack with it multiple times.
Yeah, it takes 2 damage counters off each of your Pokemon and puts it on your opponent's active.
Yeah.
Well, up to 2, I should say. Yep, thank you, Chris. I didn't use Shiny Arcana. I used the refinement.
And so since I have taken 2 prizes, or I have 4 prizes, Hunter has 6. Reversal Energy is active, and it's attached to a non-rule box evolution Pokemon. It provides 3 energy, which is enough to use Brainwave right away for the 150. So
yeah, pretty good.
A triple psychic energy.
Essentially.
You didn't want to research here.
No, not quite yet.
I don't know how much the Blast Vacuum does for you.
Well, I was thinking I could have saved it for the stadium that you have.
Oh, Path to the Peak. Yeah, I do play 2 of those.
Oh, you play Path to the Peak. There's also the Collapse Stadium, and I'm like,
What else would you want to bench at this point? Greninja once you get enough prizes?
Greninja, or maybe get back Hazashi and V.
And you didn't refinement anymore.
I didn't. I
could have got rid of a Curlia, maybe.
I could have, but that was probably the one mistake I made during that turn. The one misplay maybe I had during this whole game. I probably made a few of them. Towards probably watching this going, dude, what are you doing? You suck at this game. And I go, I know.
Here's a weird card, Capturing Aroma. Flip a coin if heads, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. If tails, search your deck for a basic Pokemon in your hand. So I flipped heads, so I got evolution, which is Archeops. And then I'm immediately going to Ultra Ball it away.
Yeah, if you didn't get the Archeops here, you probably would have been forced to Burnett or something.
Yeah, I did have Burnett in my hand, and so I'm just going to Ultra Ball it away because I didn't need it anymore at this point.
Right. But yeah, if you would have flipped tails, yeah, you would have gone with the Burnett. And then...
Well, I had Research in my hand, too, so I could have Ultra Balled for the Archeops and then played Research, but I'd rather hang on to the boss.
I guess that works, too.
So yeah, now I'm Summoning Star, grabbing 2 colorless Pokemon that don't have a rule box from my discard pile and putting them straight onto my bench. And then Archeops has the ability Primal Turbo. Once during your turn, search your deck for up 2 special energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon, and then shuffle your deck. And this is the colorless variant of Lugia.
Yep, there's no Tyranitar, there's no single strike cards or Pokemon. None of that shenanigans. It's basically all colorless Pokemon and a Drapion. I can't remember if there's anything else, like, I don't think you're in a Manaphy or anything.
No, there's a Pumpkaboo.
Oh, Pumpkaboo.
That's just for discarding stadiums.
Right. Because you also run, like, Path of the Peak and stuff.
Yep.
Your deck kind of needs Path of the Peak to not be in play when you want to use Summoning Star.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm actually going to use 2 at the same time. Grabbed a V-Guard energy and a Gift energy.
And a double turbo.
Yes. So the V-Guard reduces damage by 30 if this Pokemon is attacked by a V. Your Zacian's gone already, so that's not really going to matter. And the other one was the Gift energy. Is when this Pokemon is knocked out, I get to draw until I have 7 cards in hand.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was all the energy you're in was the V-Guard, the Gift, Therapeutic, and Double Turbo, right? Or is there another one?
Jet
energy,
yeah, which I had to use pretty much right away.
Yeah, I think all your Jet energies are gone at this point.
Okay, so I'm going to boss. I'm going to take the 2 prizes this turn. I don't care about your reversal energy, apparently. I just want to win as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, now you're just 2 single prize Pokemon away from winning the game. And I have to somehow knock out a Drapion and Lugia.
Yep.
So now here I'm kind of thinking about putting another reversal energy on, being like, okay, cool. Let's just do that.
But you could, I mean...
There's no rule against it. It's not the Luminous energy, which if you have more than 1 special energy card attached to it with Luminous energies on it, then Luminous is just nothing. It's a colorless energy.
I don't know if... Because you could Shining Arcana up to 3 times this turn if you got the other Gardevoirs. I don't know how many energies left in your deck. You could try to attach 2 energy from your deck, drawing it with the Shining Arcana. And then attach this reversal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you're going to Ultra Ball, so we're going to look in a second. Eventually. You don't need the Cresselia anymore.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes you're just thinking a couple plays ahead, like, do I really need this? Can I pitch it now?
Yeah, the Cresselia doesn't even knock out the Snorlax, so...
No, I think I just went with another energy. Just get them all in the discard pile.
Once you get Greninja, you're not even going to be able to use it.
Oh, that's fine.
There's 1 energy in there at least, so... I don't think the Shining Arcana would have worked.
No, and I only played 2 with the Shining Arcana Gardevoir, not 3. At least I think there's only 2 in there.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
There's 5 energy in the discard that you can see. There's 6, 7. There's 1 in the deck, 8. So there's 1 or 2 more somewhere else?
Yeah, I think there was 10 total. So 1 was probably prized.
Yeah, somewhere. They went bye-bye. Shining Arcana.
Oh, Super Rock could have shuffled 3 energy back in, but if you would have traded instead of Shining Arcana and then shuffled the energy in, you could have got it. But there's still a lot of cards left in the deck.
Right. I don't play too much Gardevoir, so I don't know all the ins and outs of the deck yet. Actually, the first time playing Gardevoir, I totally forgot I could Shining Arcana every turn.
Yeah, it's not just when you evolve, yeah.
And look at that, I got my rare candy. Yeah, I did in the opposite order that I should have. That's okay.
Yeah, now you don't need Kirlia. And that's the Mirage Step Kirlia, which allows you to search your deck for 3 other Kirlia and put them onto your bench.
I don't know why I tossed the Kirlia when I could have tossed the Battle VIP Pass.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm playing Chromatic or anything.
No.
It is what it is. So now, can I knock out the Lugia? I think I need, what, 6 energy? 5 energy.
Yeah, 5 more.
Yep, so Psychic Embrace. As often as you like during your turn, attach a basic Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Psychic Pokemon. If you attach the energy to a Pokemon in this way, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. You can't use this ability on a Pokemon that would be knocked out. So I cannot put another energy on Gardevoir, even if I wanted to.
Be interesting if you could knock out your own Pokemon doing that. I mean, it would essentially give you free retreat, or infinite retreats.
Kind of, yeah. And then you could use Iono to put your opponent into a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's probably why they didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Whenever a Pokemon says, "Oh, you knocked this Pokemon out" or something like that, there's usually it usually gets banned later or something like that because it's except for Fortress that hasn't done anything.
Well, I was really even playing Fortress, which is kind of sad. I'm waiting for someone to make that work.
And then I'm going to draw 2 cards off the Gift Energy. And promote my Drapion because I can hit for weakness on that Gardevoir EX.
Yep, but you gotta find the boss's orders.
Yeah.
So now you need a Tails here. Get a Heads.
I was just playing that so I could check to see if the boss was in there because I already have Luminion in my hand.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And I was checking to see if I had enough energy in here as well.
Yeah, because you still need... You need 4 energy.
Yes. And I have energy in my hand.
Yeah, because this is not... I'm not playing Mew or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ability on the Drapion isn't doing anything. I have to get the 4 energy on there.
Yeah, no, I'm not even bringing it up because I'm like, I know it's over.
Yep, I couldn't attach 2 double turbos because then it would have only done 150 and it would have been 10 short. So I had to attach 1 from my hand to do 170 times 2 for knockout.
Yep, that'll do her. So that Drapion that you started with in the beginning actually helped you.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have started with it, I probably would have discarded it pretty early on if I had it in my hand. Because the Weird Ear could like take a big knockout late game too if I have a bunch of energy on the field.
Mm-hmm. It's 40 more for each energy on your Weird Ear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we didn't want to do Mew versus Gardevoir because it's like the pros did that. We don't need to do that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this video. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time here on Mount Moon TCG.